Hey YouTube, so I'm just coming to you today with a video about why I no longer wear weave. I know what you're thinking, why is this girl with a head full of box braids doing a video about why she no longer wears weave? What the fuck? So let me clarify, I no longer wear sewing weaves, wigs, and that's it. I still wear box braids, twists, and things like that, but I no longer wear like sew-ins, frontals, and wigs. First and foremost, I want to say that this video is in no way bashing anyone who wears weave or anything like that. This is just about my personal journey and why I decided to no longer wear sew-ins and wigs in my hair anymore. This is not to bash anyone that currently gets sew-ins, anyone that currently wears weave, because I hate that. I hate that bashing shit. I hate that women bash each other for their decisions about their own head. And so, just a precursor, this is not at all that. This is all about me and my personal journey and why I no longer wear weave. It's not to try to deter you from wearing it. So, when I was wearing weaves and wigs, I always wore like bundles of virgin hair or a virgin hair wig. And after a while, like I watched all the reviews of hair coming with bugs in it and things like that, and that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, and it really started to make me think and start researching where the hair is coming from. And I know for the most part it's donated, sold, or donated to a temple in a religious practice, and then processed. Um, it kind of started to bother me that I was walking around with a whole nother person's hair on my head. And I actually hate touching other people's hair. Like if somebody's hair like touches me, I hate it. So I'm walking around with a whole nother person's hair on my head, and I hate touching other people's hair. And that, when I really started to think about it, that started to deeply bother me. I know there have been videos circulating saying because the weave is donated to the temple it's cursed and this, that, and the third. That's not the level I'm on. It was just the fact that it's someone else's hair on my head, and it just started to irk at me. But it didn't irk at me enough for me to stop wearing it, because I still had some other things that I needed to work through on a deeper level to get me up out of that wig and out of that weave, and those are my next points. So let me give you a little bit of background. I My mom relaxed my hair when I was 3 years old because she said it was too hard to manage. I guess she more T-laxed it because it wasn't straight. And then when I got into maybe sixth grade, she really relaxed it and it was straight. And then in high school, I wore weaves all the time. I never really liked my natural hair. I never got to see my natural hair until I went natural 6 years ago. And like my hair was never like, it was never really taken care of well when it was relaxed. It never retained any length. It just wasn't well taken care of. So because of that, I in high school went into weaves and half wigs, and I never took them off. And it kind of had an impact on my self-esteem to the point that I never felt beautiful without the hair weave or without the wig. And that continues to follow me through life. Even after I went natural, I didn't really know how to take care of my natural hair. And my natural hair was brittle and dry because I didn't know it had low porosity. And I didn't know I was just piling all this expensive product on it, and it wasn't doing anything because I wasn't properly taking care of it. And I went back under wigs, and I used to hate if I wore a wig to come home and take my wig off and look at reality under my hair, because I'm playing with this beautiful flowy hair all day, and then I come home and take it off and I'm not happy with what I see. And it was the same with weaves. If I got my weave taken out, I either had a wig lined up or I had another sewing lined up. Like, I hated to look at my hair, and that was kind of weighing on my self-esteem because, when I'm alone without a weave and I look in the mirror, I felt ugly. And I thought, to keep me not being ugly, I needed to keep a wig or keep a weave in. I also used weaves as a way to be like seem racially ambiguous. Like I would buy like body wave weave or a straight weave, or if I bought like a curly weave or a curly wig, I would get like the type 3 type hair. So I might be mistaken for biracial, or I might be mistaken for foreign or Hispanic, anything but completely black. And the reason I used to make jokes like, oh, and I got my weave and you really can't tell what I am, blah, blah, blah. And I know that's sad and it's kind of like a self-hate thing, but I didn't hate being black. I never hated being black. I just wanted it to be a little bit easier. I live in America's most livable city, but it's not the most livable city for blacks, and neither was my college town. So I felt like in my weave, I could be more like approachable, and I could get to know more people, and white people would feel more comfortable around me, and I could feel comfortable because they wouldn't be abrasive or stand backish or anything like that, because they really wouldn't know what to make of me. After a while, that started to wear on me because I was raised to be a proud black woman. I am proud of my race, and I got tired of watering myself down to make it easier or to make someone else feel more comfortable approaching me. You should be able to approach me in my box braids with my fro just like you can approach me in my long flowy weave. So that was another reason I'm like, I really gotta be myself outside and face my fear. Another thing is, I know from a lot of videos that I've watched, a lot of women say they wear weave as a fashion accessory just to switch it up. And I know that is the truth. For me, it wasn't the truth. I could not live without my weave. Like, let me tell you. I would buy a like type 3, curly wig, and then I would buy a body wave wig and a straight wig, and I would dye them all the same color, ombre them, hook them up, and I would wear like the curly wig, and then sometimes I wear the body wave one, and sometimes I wear the straight one, pretending like outwardly like this is my real hair, and sometimes I straighten it, and sometimes I wear it naturally curly, and sometimes I put a body wave in it. Like, that's craziness. Like, no one would see me with my real hair. They would always see me in different wigs. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, they'll just think, I changed my actual hair, when they probably knew damn good and well that I was wig switching it up. But me thinking, oh, they don't know. They don't know that I'm faking it. They probably knew. And the most recent reason I wanted to stop wearing wigs and weaves is that I was severely neglecting my natural hair. It was like falling out. It was brittle. It was retaining no length at all. Like, it was horrible. And I think the final straw for me was I was wearing a lot of lace frontals. And when I tell you I didn't care about my hair because no one saw it, I didn't care. And I would put it with that got to be glued and lay it down and get my frontal like real nice. And when I would take it off, I would just rip my edges right out. And one day I looked in the mirror at my hair without my wig on, once again, feeling down, and I was like, this is it. I can't do this anymore. I need to start taking care of my natural hair. So I did. I started taking care of the low porosity. I started steaming my hair, and I started using like braided protective styles, and I started gaining some length, and my hair started to get soft because it was properly conditioned, and I started accepting product because I finally learned how to get it to do that, and I started to like what I was seeing under my wig, so then I finally took it off. And when I took it off, I got a lot of compliments, but especially from my husband. And he never knocked me wearing weave and wigs, but he did when I took them off. Said that I really love your natural hair and I really prefer it. But I was really happy with it, and I started to like playing in my own hair, and I started to like trying different styles. And one day, like, I was late, and in a pinch, I wanted to just throw on my lace front wig and just head out the door. And it had been a couple weeks since I wore a wig, and I put it on, and I didn't even get a chance to like tag it down because I couldn't even deal with it. It was so weird. Like, I guess I was just over it because it annoyed the hell out of me just to have something sitting up on my damn head. It was a slow process for me though to get out completely out of weaves and wigs. First I stopped sew-ins and then I stopped the wigs, but in between that, like, I was taking care of my hair. I started taking care of my hair, and every once in a while I'd wear my hair out, but then I'd go back under a wig, and eventually I started wearing the wig less and my hair more until the wig started to annoy me, and I was just wearing my hair. And I'll still throw in a protective style like some box braids like I have now and things like that, because I feel like with the box braids I'm not being fake, like I'm not pretending like it's my hair. And I will take these braids out and rock my natural hair. I won't take these braids out and line up another protective style. And I also am not using them to try to be racially ambiguous. If anything, they make me stand out as a black woman. So the process for me of not wearing any more weaves and wigs was basically a process of building self-confidence and building self-esteem and just being able to go out into the world and be non-apologetically me. And I have stepped on and finished that journey, and I finally have a lot of self-esteem, and I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of my hair, and I'm happy. I'm in a happy place with it, and I just want to share that, just in case anybody is wearing weave for those reasons. And that's if anybody's wearing weave for those reasons and wants to get up out of it too. It can be a process, and it could be an internal process within your heart and mind, and not so much about your hair. But like I said, this is no way to bash anybody that's wearing weaves, because everybody wears them for different reasons. But that's my personal experience and my personal story about why I no longer wear the sew-ins, the frontals, and the wigs. Thanks for watching. If you have comments or questions, you can definitely type them down below. I will respond. And I'm new here to YouTube, so it'd be great if you could also hit that subscribe button, because I will also have some review videos of all types of makeup that I get with my BoxyCharm and hairstyle reviews.